Good morning, Thrivers. Coming to you from Santo Domingo. Feeling excited to be on live because I realized it'd been a while since I lived here. And then I was like, fuck, I did not shower this morning. I had one of those I had one of those mornings where you set your alarm or you think you set your alarm, and then you wake up and you're like, I feel so great. Wow. And then you look at your alarm and you're like, well, that's because my alarm didn't go off. But anyways, I feel amazing today. And look at my hair. Like I feel like a little Caribbean princess right now, having my Moana moment. But anyways, excited to connect with you guys this morning. Yeah, super excited to connect with you all this morning. And I had this great moment over the weekend with one of my clients. You guys know I typically don't do stuff with my clients on the weekends, just in terms of self-care and setting a boundary and taking care of myself. But I got this message from her and I was like, oh, I want to answer this so bad. So I did, because, like whatever feels expansive is great. And she is such a badass. Like she's totally aligned with creating this incredible multi-million-dollar business. She's in the first steps. It's scary as fuck because it's always scary as fuck. And she was like, my husband has taken the kids. I finally have time to work on this stuff. And I'm freaking out. I don't know what to do. And she just wrote help. And I was like, oh man, I'm going to respond to this. This is great. And I wrote to her and I said, I want you to imagine that you are writing your memoir. You're looking back on this moment at the start of your early journey, and your husband takes the kids, you're alone in your house, and you don't know what to do. In your story, what happened next? Like you are writing your story right now. This is a pivotal moment. This is the climax of your story. What do you say is going to come next? And to be honest, I don't know yet what she decided, but I texted her this morning and she wrote me back and she was like, oh, your reflection was perfect. And like, I had a really productive weekend. So whatever happened, whatever came next in her story was obviously awesome. And I love that question because so many times we hit this wall where we don't know what to do. We're second guessing. We're thinking about whether or not we're good enough or we know how. We feel stuck, we feel trapped. And it could be the moment where we walk away. And it could be the climax of our success story. And when we reframe it that way, we're the hero, we're on our own hero's journey. If you don't know about the hero's journey, look it up. What do we say is going to come next? So relating to ourselves as the author of our own story, as the master of our own destiny, because we are, and crafting that story in a way that we really want it to be written. This is something I wish I'd known in my early entrepreneurial phases, where you're freaking out, you're having your moment, maybe you're crying, maybe you're laying on the floor wondering, what the hell did I do in taking this on? And by the way, this does not stop. This happens early, but this also happens anytime we're up-leveling our businesses. So this is 100% normal. And the more we can gain facility in shifting how we think about these moments, the quicker we can move through them. So now when I hit these moments, I move through them much faster because I've done the inner work, because I think of myself as knowing the answer, as having the answer, even if it's not immediately apparent to me. I can actually pray on it, think about it, say like, what happens next in my story? What do I do? What's the next small step? Because if you can just take that next small step, then the step after that, and the step after that, and suddenly like you've climbed your way out of the muck and the mess, right? So remember, we're all on our hero's journey. We all are writing our stories. And the outcome of this story is 100% up to you. No one's going to save you. No one's going to give you the answer. Even if they did give you the answer, it might not be the right answer. They can't know what's right for you and what's going to work in your business. Especially, even if they have a business that's similar, right? They're a different person. Situations are different. Circumstances are different. And it's a question of, what are you going to do? What's the step that you're going to take? Because whatever you do, there's going to be a divine lesson in it for you. There's going to be the next step, the thing you need to learn, the thing you need to do or not do. And by choosing and empowering yourself as having the answers, it gets to be yours, all yours. And that's much more empowering than making a decision and going back later and saying like, God, it was that person's fault or this person's fault, which is totally disempowered and does not work. So You are the author of your story. The next time you hit that wall, remember, this might be the climax of your success story, the thing you look back on and like becomes the way that you open your future book about how you became wildly successful. Yes, I love that. So, final thing to leave you with, definitely that. Definitely remember these things. You have the power, you have the agency, you already have all the answers. And the more that you choose to believe that, the more powerful you will be in your life and in your business. The more that you decide how it's going to go, the more it will go that way. If you love this live and like these little tidbits, stay tuned too, because this membership thing that I'm creating, which is badass and becomes more badass every time I talk to people about it, is going to be rocking. It's going to be for entrepreneurs. And I want to tell you guys a little bit about it. So it's going to be for entrepreneurs. It's going to have co-working times where we all work together. I'm going to be doing Facebook Lives. It's going to have a podcast. It's going to be like totally off the chain. And we're going to have little power pods so that if you want to be a badass entrepreneur, solopreneur, and you want to do it alongside people, you actually have people to be in a book club with, to mastermind with. I'll be there all along the way. Unlike, I'll do Facebook Lives like this, but I'll also tell you a lot more about the ins and outs of my business and how it works, and like drop all of these cool things that I don't share on other Facebook Lives. So if you're interested in learning more about that, let me know. Or if you're interested in having me interview you so you can tell me what other things you'd love to have included in this community, let me know, because I really care about your opinion and creating things that actually meet people's needs and not just things I make up in my head that I think are a good idea. I don't know. That's rarely a good policy. So yeah. Anyways, love you guys. Happy Monday. It's Monday, and see you soon.